Our other threat here to our homeland not only involves radical Islamic terrorism, but now we're told a new intelligence report from the Department of Homeland Security focuses on a different kind of threat that they say we face. The assessment lists violence from what they call, quote, sovereign citizen extremists, people who break the laws that they don't agree with. And some law enforcement groups are saying that the threat is nearly equal to that of the Islamic terrorists. Leland Vitter joins us now with much more on this from Washington. Hi, Leland.
Oh, hi, Eric. The timing here certainly raises a lot of questions. Just this week, the administration held their much-lampooned summit to combat violent extremism. At the same time, the president and his administration refuses to call ISIS and other groups Islamic terrorists. Yet this new intelligence assessment put out by the Department of Homeland Security talks about the threat from sovereign citizen extremists. These are folks who are angry at the government and go off to do something about it. The assessment says, quote, SCE, that's the acronym for Sovereign Citizen Extremist, violence during 2015 will continue to occur most frequently during routine law enforcement stops and encounters at a suspect's home, followed by government offices. It lists 24 violent sovereign citizen-related attacks since 2010. But this report has many saying, why now?
This report is sort of an information campaign by the administration to say, hey, don't worry about ISIS. You got to really worry more about this. And when in fact, we've got to be concerned about both.
A senior congressional source gave a little context in light of the anger and outrage over this report coming out, saying that this assessment does not discount the threat from Islamic extremism, a threat the source says everyone believes will increase. The source calls it a useful assessment for the Department of Homeland Security, but says it does not mean sovereign citizen extremists are the new focus for the DHS. Back to you.
All right, Leland, we'll be talking a lot about terrorism in about 20 minutes from now with the Egyptian ambassador to the United States about how we can face all of these threats. Thank you. Arthel?
Yeah, and Eric, the DHS will be the victim of a partial government shutdown if Congress does not pass a funding bill in the next week. If lawmakers fail to do so, what will happen? Well, most employees affected by this would stay on the job, including Border Patrol agents. That's because they are considered essential government employees. So too would TSA, airport security screeners, as well as the Coast Guard. But they might not get paid, at least until the budget stalemate ends. And some 30,000 other DHS employees are expected to be furloughed. President Obama is not backing down on immigration. The administration says it will file an emergency court order to restart the president's executive actions. This after a federal judge in Texas blocked the immigration action from moving forward. Now, the programs will, in effect, grant amnesty to as many as 5 million immigrants who are in the country illegally. The White House says that the Justice Department will file for the stay by Monday at the latest.